Hey guys, I really wanted to do a Q&A video for you all, just so you can all get to know a bit more about me. So I took to Twitter and asked you all to leave me as many questions as you wanted using the hashtag AskSean, which is right up here. Hashtag AskSean. And so many of you sent me some really awesome questions, so I'm going to get started on them and answering them for you right now. The first question is from @WardBeats. When did you decide you wanted to be an actress and pursue musical theatre? Well, my mum took me to dance classes from around the age of 6, so I literally danced all through my child years, and then when I was around 15 and I had to decide what I wanted to do after school, my friend was already in a performing arts college in London, and she said that I should definitely go down, audition for different colleges, and if I got into one, then I would attend. And it just so happens I did get into a really good college with a scholarship. So I went for 3 years, and yeah, I just knew that that's what I wanted to do. I couldn't think of anything else I wanted to do. My sister joined the army, and I went with her one day to the recruitment centre to just, you know, have a look, get some information. And it's like, no, this isn't for me. I can't have people shouting orders at me every day, and you know, it's not, I like to be creative, and yeah, I can't really pinpoint a specific time where I was like, that's what I want to do, because I just did it because my mum took me from a young age and I really enjoyed it, and it just went from there, and I'm so glad I picked this career. It's hard, but it's really fun. So my next question is from @SarahWhatever. If you had the opportunity to change something about Starlight Express, what would it be? If I could change something at Starlight Express, what would it be? This question probably means about the musical itself, but one thing I would definitely change is 4-show weekends, because they really hurt. And every week, when we do them, they're always fine, but the thought of doing 4 shows in a row, 2 on a Saturday, 2 on a Sunday, is always slightly overwhelming, because you know it's gonna hurt. Obviously we always get through it, so I would like to do 6 shows a week from Tuesday to Sunday, 1 every day. So 1 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 1 Saturday, 1 Sunday. Oh, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 6 shows a week, and that would be perfect for me. And also another thing I would change is I would definitely put a couple of the old songs back in. I would definitely put back in Liebes Express, and I would definitely put back in Ganzerlein with Dinah and Greaseball and Caboose, that scene. Because I just think it made a bit more sense to Dinah and Greaseball together, because now they don't really have that row, like that, it's not a row, but you know, Greaseball shouts at Dinah and she's crying, and then he goes off with Pearl, whereas now that's gone, it's like, oh, all of a sudden, Dinah's done nothing wrong, he just wants to go off with Pearl. So I would put those 2 back in, that's what I would change. Okay, the next question is from @LoveStex. When comes your AskSean Q&A video? Well, right now. Hopefully I'll post it today, which is Monday, so you'll hopefully be watching it today. Next question is from @JennyP33. If you have the opportunity to play a male role in Starlight Express, which one would you choose? I think I would choose... Who would I choose? I think I would choose to play Caboose. I think the character has so many different sides to it, the good side, the bad side. The vocals I think are great, and I think you can do a lot with the character. I think I would like to play Caboose if I was a guy. Next question is from @TMAMusicLove. Do you think there is a kind of deadline regarding age for someone who is interested in becoming a musical actor? Well, if you want to be an actor or an actress, then I absolutely think no, there is no age limit, because there's always different roles out there, and you know, I think you can be an actor or an actress until however old you are, because yeah, sometimes you need, you know, old people or middle-aged people or young people or anything. Singing as well, if you're a good singer, I think you can sing you can have a very long career in singing. Dancing though, depends on your body. I do know a lot of people, by the time they get to 30, 35, have kind of had enough of dancing because their bodies maybe aren't as flexible, or they've got injuries from dancing up until that age. And I don't know, I think dancing is more of the image, and they like to go for young, fresh kind of people. Again, if there is a part in a show though where the character has to be older and she dances, obviously then an older person would be cast for it. So it just depends, I think. But I think singing and acting has a longer lifespan, and dancing does have more of a deadline on it. So the next question is from @MignonMangle. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. What did you do to achieve your musical dream? Well, I am actually living my musical dream right now, because I'm in one of the biggest musicals ever, Starlight Express, and I love it, love it, love it so much. That is why I've stayed here for so long. But to achieve that, I guess, well, first I decided that's what I wanted to do. Then I auditioned for different colleges in London, and I went to the one of my choice, and I studied the art of musical theatre for 3 years, and then got my diploma, which is a recognised certificate in musical theatre. And then when I left college, I kept practicing my skills. So I kept having singing lessons, I kept having dance classes, I kept looking for different auditions. Even if I didn't really want the job, I would still go to the audition for practice to get better and better and better, until I finally auditioned for Starlight Express and got the job, and then came here and obviously worked my booty off to be as good as I can in the show. I think that is maybe a good reason why I've stayed here for so long and they've wanted to keep me for so long. It's because personally I feel like I never stopped trying to be better. I never was like, okay, I can do it now. I always tried to do different things, better spins, and so on. So I guess that's how I did it. Next question is from @RustyDarling, and it is, what is your favourite movie, book and song at the moment? Ooh, many choices. I think my favourite movie, I'm going to kind of just go with my all-time favourite movie, and there's two. And it has to be Titanic and Pearl Harbor. I love them. I love that they're based on true events, and I love the drama in them, and I think they're just films that I can watch again and again and again, even though they are very sad, and I normally cry every time I watch them, but I do love those two movies. My favourite book, I'm not actually a big reader, I'll admit I'm not, but my favourite book I think would be P.S. I Love You. I didn't really enjoy the film, but I read the book obviously a really long time ago, but it really is one that really sticks in my head, probably because it's one of the only books I've read all the way through, and it made me cry, and I didn't think a book could make me cry, but it did. And I also really like autobiographies. I remember reading Katie Price's autobiography, that was really good. So yeah, I really like autobiographies. And my favourite song of the moment, again I'm going to go with my all-time favourite song, and that is going to be Simply the Best by Tina Turner. Maybe not because it is an incredible song, but Tina Turner is my all-time idol, and that song in particular means so much to me for so many different people in my life as well, and that is why I have it tattooed on my neck. Next question is by @Sylvia Sausuk. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And it's, do you speak German as well as English? Kind of. I try. My German is okay. It's not terrible. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I try. I think that's the important thing. I try and speak it when I can, and I'm okay. Next, and she also asked me, what's your favourite colour? Pink or baby blue? Pink or sky blue? All different shades of pink. Fuchsia pink, baby pink, bright pink, pale pink. All kinds of pink. And I like, you know, bright sky blue, baby blue. Will you please say hi to my girlfriend, MignonMangle? Hi, Mignon. I think I'm saying that right. Hi. I think you asked me the question before, so hi. Next question is from @TOTosho. And it's, do you like Cats the Musical, and do you think you want to play it in the future? I do like Cats the Musical. I like the music element of Cats. I went to see it in London many years ago, and to sit and watch the musical, to be honest, is not my favourite. I watched it once and I've never watched it again. And some musicals I've watched many, many times. But that one, I've only watched it once. It wasn't great to watch, but I do know some people that have been in Cats, and they've said to be in Cats is much better than sitting and watching Cats. I think it's a really good musical to be a part of, but to sit and watch it for me wasn't one of my favourites. And no, I don't think I would like to be in Cats in the future. The next question is from @Joel Albrecht, and it's, how did you come to be in Starlight Express? Well, at the time I was in a pantomime, which is a kind of traditional Christmas show in the UK. So I was up in Bradford near Leeds doing that, and I saw an article for auditions in London for Starlight Express. So on my day, and it was on a Monday, which I think, if I remember, was my day off. So I drove down to London from Bradford and went to this open audition because I didn't have an agent at the time. So I went to an open call. There was hundreds of people and they were only looking for one girl to fill a swing role. So I went in, I had to prepare 2 songs. I went in the room, sang my 2 songs. I then got this red slip from Debbie O'Brien, which meant I had to wait around and come back at 4 o'clock, I think, for a recall. So I came back at 4 and went in the room with a handful of people that had been chosen to stay. And we had to sing a song from the show. We sang Make Up My Heart from the show. So then we went in one at a time and we had to sing Make Up My Heart. And then they asked me to come back on the Wednesday to do the girls' dance audition, but I had to be back in Bradford to do the pantomime on the Wednesday. So they said, oh, why don't you just come tomorrow and join in the boys' dance class? And I was, dance audition. So I was like, yeah, okay. So I came back on the Tuesday and it was all the boys and little old me. No other girl, which I think in the end went in my favour because they remembered me because I was the only girl. It went really well. And they asked me to come back the following Monday to have a private kind of audition with the musical supervisor of the show, which is Phil Edwards. So I went back to Bradford, did the pantomime for the week, drove back to London on the Monday, had this one-on-one audition with Phil Edwards, and I sang some Pearl stuff and I sang some Dinah stuff. And I remember thinking, I left that audition and I was so upset because I thought it had gone really badly. I was so nervous. And I called my mum on the train back to my car. I was like, Mum, I've blown it. It was awful. And she was like, oh, don't worry. My mum was so good. She always says, Shan, what's meant to be will be. So she said that on the phone. And because I thought I'd done so bad, I kind of forgot about it. And I didn't hear anything. I didn't get a call or anything. And then a couple of weeks later, back then I never used to check my email either. So I remember a couple of weeks later, I just randomly checked my email and I had an email off a woman called Karen Bench. So I opened it and as I read it, I was like, oh my God, I got the job. I got a big musical job. And I was so excited. Everyone in my house was screaming. And then I was like, oh my God, she sent it like 2 weeks ago. What if they've given my job away? So I quickly emailed back as quick as I could, saying, please, you haven't given my job away. I've only just seen the email. And then they emailed me back saying, no, you know, the contract is available to you. We want you to come. And then it went from there. They booked my flights. And then within, I think, 2 weeks, I was here. So in Germany. That is how I got the job at Starlight. Oh, it makes me feel really happy when I talk about that story because it literally changed my life. So yeah, soppy. Do I have any more questions? Let's see. Jenny P33 again asked me, do you like Disney movies and which ones are your favourite? Yes, I do like Disney movies. My favourite Disney movies to watch are the classic Disney movies that I used to watch when I was growing up, which would be Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Aladdin. What else did I used to watch? Cinderella, Aladdin, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White. Snow White is one of my favourites. So I like, yeah, the old school Disney movies, but I do enjoy Disney movies. And if they continue to bring out ones like Frozen, which are really awesome, then I will continue to watch Disney movies. But yeah, and I love, like, I've been to Florida and I went to Disney and I love that. So makes you feel like a big kid. Next question is from @99Jamie. What do you think about the new songs and choreographies? You know when you hear a version of something and then a couple of years later someone else brings out another version, but you always normally like the original version because that's what you heard first. So it is kind of like that. I do like the new Locomotion and the new Duet, which were in this year. Personally, I prefer the old Locomotion, but it's probably just because I know it more and it's the first one that I learned and performed. This one is okay, but I just prefer the classic. I like the older one. And the Duet is this Duet now is my second favourite. My all-time favourite, again, is the one that I first ever learned and heard, which was in German it's called Im Licht der Sterne, and I think in English it's called something like Here Comes the Starlight. So that one's my all-time favourite. Nur mit ihm, I didn't like at all. And this one now, which is called Für immer, and in English it's called I Do, is my, I guess, in between the two. It's not my favourite, it's not my least favourite, it's the one in the middle. But I do enjoy singing it, but my favourite will always be Here Comes the Starlight. Im Licht der Sterne. @musical fan page asks me, which role in Starlight is the most difficult to play? Easy question to answer, and that has to be Pearl. I think she has the hardest track because you have to learn more like intricate things like spins and little footworks that are quite difficult to grasp. Pearl always has to do really energetic numbers that seem to lead into really slow controlled numbers, which are solos. So you really have to learn how to pace yourself as Pearl, and it's hard. It is hard. And because I'm a swing, I don't do it every night. So if I haven't done many shows and then I get put on for a Pearl show, it is always much, much harder than any other track, in my opinion. But once I've got my stamina, then it's fine, and it's my favourite role, so I really do enjoy it. But it is the most challenging and it is the most difficult, in my opinion. @Rusty Darling asks, which is your favourite role to play? I just said Pearl. And which is your favourite costume, makeup or wig at Starlight? My favourite wig is my Pearl wig. I think my favourite makeup might be Dinah makeup, because it really stands out, I think. I do like the Pearl makeup as well. And my favourite costume, I think, is Ashley or Jewel. If I'm feeling fit and trim, I really love Jewel because I think it's a really flattering costume. But if I've gained a couple of kilos over the holidays, then it's not my favourite. So if I feel good, then I guess it's Jewel. And if I'm feeling like I need to cover up my belly a little bit or something, then it would probably be Ashley. Or Dinah as well, because I think I've got really good boobs in Dinah and Ashley. Yeah. So my last question for this Q&A, I know it's a very Starlight based Q&A, but obviously that's what you guys wanted to hear about. So the last question is from @Julia Dittrich, not sure. Have you any tips for people who want to become a good performer? You are awesome. Thank you, you are awesome too. My first tip is to be honest with yourself. And I actually do know quite a lot of people who are in denial about what they should do. And this isn't a mean thing, because maybe and this is opinion as well, because everyone has different opinion. Some people could think I'm shit. Some people can think I'm really good. Personally, obviously, I think I'm quite good. Not the best by any means, but I think what I do well. So I think you always have to know what you're right for. Like, I personally don't think I'm good at pop singing. You know, all these trills and yeah, like, that's not me. I like clean musical theatre type of singing. That's what I think I'm best at, and that's what I'm going to stick to. So yeah, and also a good tip to be a good performer is to get good. Like, if you have natural talent, that's great, but you can always be better. Everybody can always be better. So I say continue to learn new material, do dance classes, go to singing lessons, learn monologues, be prepared. If an audition came up tomorrow, you'd have everything you needed to go. Pack your bag, you'd have songs ready, and off you go. But yeah, I guess to be a good performer, you have to be good. So yeah, just get better, better and better and better, and make sure you go up for the right things. I guess those are my tips. So that was the last question. I really enjoyed this Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you did, please hit the please press the thumbs up button and please subscribe to my channel. That would be wonderful. And I'm sorry it's a bit dark. It's a bit dark outside. My light isn't very good. And I'll see you all in my next video. Until then, bye.